Hey everybody, I'm going to guess that you have probably viewed the videos and moved through the information available in our 011 or in our 111 class prior to getting to this class. If you haven't, you might want to go look at those things before you really jump into this stuff here. Otherwise, you might miss some stuff, or because I'm going to be depending on the information that I went over in the 111 class because it's very similar. So make sure you go and watch those videos and do the required work there. The EVA in that class is very similar to the EVA in this class. The calendar and all of those things are very, very similar. The purpose of the 011 class is to help you out, to get you the better grade in 111. It is a support class. It's a reinforcement of the things that you're going to learn in 111. It's going to provide you with slightly more information about some of the things that might only be generally touched on in 111. So if there's anything that you feel like you're going to need more help with, let me know, and I'll do my best to work some of that information into this class as well. So, like I said, very similar in terms of how it's set up. If you look up here, you're going to see a lot of the same stuff like the syllabus and the content. This stuff right here looks very similar to the other class. And if you have not done the EVA in this class, you want to go do that now, because you won't be able to see anything in this class until you do that, just like with the other class. I have due dates, just like with the other class, for all the stuff here that all you have to do is click to it, and that's going to mark it as done. But I wanted these things to kind of show up on your calendar so that you would be aware that they were there. Let's see, here is the syllabus. Here's the PDF link. If you use the link, if you use the link up here in the gray bar, it'll take you to that same website, different syllabus, but the same website. Now, there are some differences here, which I think are very important, and you probably are going to think that as well. The census date, the last day to withdraw, those things are all the same. Here we go. This is a pass-fail class. The other class is a graded class. This is pass-fail. You need to get a 70. If you do not get a 70 or above, it is a fail. If you fail the class, you need to you will fail or be dropped from both classes. So this class and the other class depend upon each other. So don't disregard this class because it's quote unquote just a support class. You can totally tank your 111 progress by blowing off 011. So just like with 111, I have to take weekly attendance. There won't necessarily be a quiz. I think there's plenty of work that you'll be doing in this class, but I won't necessarily always do an attendance quiz in this, but instead I'll use some of the work submissions that you turn in, and I'll make it clear what is your attendance work so that you'll know what you probably want to focus on first. Here's your grading scale. Pass fail, just like I said. You're either going to get a 70 or above, or you're not. And if you do not get that 70 or above, then you will be doing this again. Please make sure that you keep up with your grades over here and know where you stand, just like in your 111 class. Just like in the 111, the makeup work situation is the same. There's a lot of individual small assignments in this class. So if you look at the calendar, it might look a little overwhelming. It's not as much work as it looks like, but it is going to require you to sit down and focus on it. But the makeup work, missing assignment policy is the same here as it is in the other class. The attendance rules are the same. Your census date is the same. All these things are the same. The stopped attending information is the same. Don't ghost me. Don't disappear on me. If you do so after a week, I have to say that you have stopped attending. And once I say you've stopped attending, once I submit that to the school, you have stopped attending and you cannot continue to work in the class. Unless you have really extenuating circumstances, you've been kidnapped or, death in the family, something like that. You lost access to the internet is not an acceptable extenuating circumstance. Plagiarism, that sort of thing, still the same. Please don't do it. Please revisit the information that I share with you in the other class about that. The policy is the same. So that's the syllabus. And like with the other class, you'll be getting announcements. You'll have the calendar that will show you when things are due, in this main page right here. Your content is going to look the same over here on the left-hand side. It should all look very similar. It's going to be different, but it should look pretty similar. Here's your schedule. And like I said, please don't freak out. It's not as bad as it looks. You have this reading assignment, for instance. Then you have a PowerPoint and lecture to review. You have a reading process assignment example to review. You have another example to review. So you can see that there's a lot of individual things here, but you're only submitting a couple of things. For the purposes of this first week, that EVA assignment is going to be your attendance assignment. So do the EVA and your attendance is sorted out for the week. Now next week, there's going to be some quizzes and that sort of thing. So I'll treat the MLA quiz as your attendance assignment. So you'll be able to see that in the each week. I'll make note of, I'll be sure to point out what the attendance assignment is. I run the weeks just like I do in the other class. It goes Monday morning to Sunday evening. So if you don't get something done by Sunday evening, you may have missed the boat. For the major assignments over here, just like with the other one, you have those 5 days of grace, and then after that you can't submit it. But as you can see, like I said, there's quite a bit here of individual things, but do be aware a lot of them are just view. Okay, so please don't freak out about this. Here's your textbook again. It's the same as the other one. Let's see. Here's your enrollment verification activity, and you'll take it right here. And obviously it's going to look different for you than it does for me because, I have the quiz itself. But there's a few more questions and they're worth less points, but some of them will look very similar. So just, be aware. I'll have the same lecture video having to do with how to write to a professor. I'll have that linked over here, but it's going to be the same video. So if you watch the video in the other class, you've seen what you need to see, but I do want to make it available over here so that it'll be easy to access when you do take the EVA. Let's see. When you jump in here, you may not see all the due dates put together. I have not done a whole lot with these last two. I've tried to get the first, 6 weeks, 8 weeks or so set up, but I may have missed a few. So you should see everything in place as the semester gets a few more days in. If you have issues, please let me know. I am here to help. Have a wonderful semester.